What if one tiny habit, just 5 grams daily, could completely transform how your body feels? Most people are walking around inflamed, exhausted, mentally foggy, and losing muscle without even knowing why. They try every supplement on the shelf, spend hundreds of dollars, and still feel completely drained daily. They feel stiff, soft, tired, and frustrated every single day despite trying everything available to them. But what if the answer was not some exotic herb or expensive biohacking device costing thousands of dollars? What if it was a compound studied by scientists for over 30 years with thousands of human trials? 5 grams a day is all the research requires to begin shifting your entire biology dramatically forward. Your inflammatory markers start dropping, and your stubborn fat becomes far more metabolically active over time naturally. Your lean muscle begins growing back, and your brain starts firing significantly faster than it did before. Your joints feel less stiff, your energy climbs steadily, and your mood improves without any other changes. This is not a fat burner, a stimulant, a hormone, or any dangerous compound with side effects. It is creatine monohydrate, but not the cheap, low-quality version that most people unknowingly buy and waste money on. Before going deeper, let me share something the supplement industry absolutely does not want you to understand. The supplement world is full of promises, full of marketing, and full of products that are completely ineffective. Most powders claiming fat burning or muscle building contain what I honestly call fairy dust blends inside. They put just enough of an ingredient on the label, but never enough for your body to actually feel. That is exactly how billions are made in this industry, by selling hope in a tub with nothing meaningful. But creatine is completely different because it is not a trend at all. It is pure biology. Your cells actually crave creatine as a biological necessity, and the science behind this fact is extraordinary. Scientists have been studying this compound since the early 1990s, and the data stays remarkably consistent. When you take 5 grams daily, your inflammatory markers, specifically CRP, TNF-alpha, and IL-6, measurably drop. Your visceral fat, the dangerous fat wrapped around your organs, begins becoming metabolically active and used as fuel. Lean muscle increases, even without any change in your protein intake or your current daily diet. Strength goes up, mitochondria become more efficient, brain fog lifts, and people feel genuinely more alive again. Now let me explain exactly why this works, because understanding the mechanism changes how you think completely. Inside every cell in your body are tiny structures called mitochondria, whose entire job is energy production. They produce energy in the form of ATP, which is the currency your entire body constantly spends. Every heartbeat, every thought, every muscle movement burns through ATP at an incredibly rapid and continuous rate. Creatine stores phosphate inside your cells and regenerates ATP almost instantly during any period of high demand. Think of creatine as the backup generator that kicks in the moment your main power source fails unexpectedly. But here is the part almost nobody is talking about, and it is critically important to understand fully. Creatine does not just produce energy, it actively protects your mitochondria from daily oxidative stress and damage. When a cell becomes energy deficient, it enters a state of panic and begins generating inflammatory pathways immediately. Those inflammatory pathways cause your joints to ache, your belly fat to accumulate, and your mood to drop. Recovery slows down dramatically, and your body starts working against you rather than working for you completely. But when a cell is energy abundant, inflammation naturally drops because the cell is no longer running stressed. Creatine literally keeps your cells out of that stressed, inflamed, energy-deficient state every single day consistently. That is exactly why inflammation drops so consistently every time creatine levels rise inside your body naturally. The International Society of Sports Nutrition calls creatine the safest and most well-studied compound in human existence. That statement comes from decades of peer-reviewed human trials conducted by independent researchers around the entire world. Now let us talk about fat loss, because this is where most people get completely and genuinely confused. Creatine is not a fat burner in the traditional sense and will not directly melt fat away. But what it does is far more powerful and far more sustainable than anything a stimulant does. It transforms your entire body into a fat-burning machine by fixing every root problem that was blocking you. The first mechanism is muscle. More lean muscle makes your cells dramatically more insulin-sensitive over time naturally. The more insulin-sensitive you are, the higher your resting metabolic rate becomes, consistently and naturally over time. You literally burn more calories just sitting still when you carry more lean muscle on your frame. Muscle tissue is the most metabolically active tissue in the entire human body, without any close competition. Creatine is one of the most powerful and accessible tools available to build more lean muscle tissue. Human studies show creatine combined with resistance training increases lean mass, strength, volume, and recovery speed simultaneously. Meta-analyses confirm body fat reductions when creatine supplementation is combined consistently with any form of strength training. This holds true even in people over 50 years old who have been struggling with their body for years. The second mechanism is better training output through dramatically increased phosphocreatine stores inside your muscle cells always. You push harder, lift heavier, and recover faster between every single set during your entire training session. When you consistently train harder, you burn more calories, both during and long after every single workout. That compounding effect over weeks and months creates truly extraordinary improvements in your overall body composition naturally. The third mechanism is the most underappreciated one, and it involves chronic inflammation running silently inside you. Chronic inflammation is the real reason stubborn fat refuses to leave your body no matter what you try. You do not have a weight problem, you have a weight symptom caused by deep systemic inflammation. Chronic inflammation blocks fat burning at the cellular level and literally traps fat inside your body permanently. It blocks mitochondrial flexibility, destroys insulin sensitivity, and prevents real fat loss regardless of what you eat. Studies consistently show creatine reduces inflammatory cytokines and improves glucose handling for a better hormonal fat loss environment. Creatine removes every single biological barrier that was blocking your body from burning fat before supplementation started. Here is something most fitness influencers and even most doctors completely and consistently miss every single time. The majority of people struggling with excess fat are not overfed. They are simply under-muscled instead. The problem is not that they eat too much, it is that they carry too little muscle. Creatine fixes that fundamental metabolic problem at the cellular level, which is exactly why results come so fast. Research shows creatine produces greater lean mass gains, higher strength levels, and meaningfully bigger muscle fiber size. Improved glycogen storage inside muscle tissue means your body has more accessible and ready fuel for workouts. Satellite cells are your body's muscle repair crew, and creatine dramatically increases their activity after every training session. Your body becomes significantly better at rebuilding and growing new muscle after every single workout you complete. Creatine also improves protein synthesis signaling, making the protein you already eat far more effective overall. The protein already in your diet starts working harder the moment creatine levels rise inside your body. Every elite athlete and high-performing individual in almost every sport on Earth uses creatine every single day. If you are over 40, what I am about to share will matter more than almost anything else. Older adults actually get an even bigger benefit from creatine supplementation than younger people typically ever do. One landmark study found a 1.4 kilogram increase in lean mass, specifically in older adults supplementing creatine consistently.
You have the power to make a difference. It starts right here with you.